then just to cover all my bases, I asked my wife, because we think completely different, and what do you think I should talk about? And she gave me a couple of more things. And so we're going to go through this today. I don't have any visuals for you. I want this to be interactive, so if you have comments, questions, statements, what you've done, that kind of stuff, I think a lot of people can learn what they call from a mastermind alliance, from what other people have done that have been successful. And so we should do that. So one of the things I did this week, just so you know, I've never really been involved with the ASAP training. ASAP. So ASAP. Is that the same thing?
Yeah.
So I watched the video. You know, I know it went out on a group me, and they told all of you guys to watch the video. I don't know if you did it. I'm in SMG. I'm pretty busy. I think I had 7 appointments scheduled just for Thursday. I had, I think, 19 this week. 16 actually happened, so that's not a bad ratio. And I still have found time to watch a 45-minute video because I hadn't seen it. And so I will tell you what I liked about it is throughout that whole presentation, and I'm sure what you're learning this afternoon, is about constantly asking for planting seeds, going back and watering, and trying to harvest those seeds for referrals and for your business and things like that. So I've told my team, I know we haven't done it, we haven't endorsed it, don't know, but it's not going to hurt you guys. If you want to go, definitely go. It's good information. So getting referrals, note number 1, getting referrals in every area of your business or the business process. You're brand new in the business. I got people now that are in the room here. They're in this room over here actually. Have been here less than 2 weeks. Is it their job to get referrals? Yeah. My job is to build them a business. Yeah. My job is to make sure they feel comfortable in regards to what we do. So properly fast starting them, properly going through the top 100 and top 25, the restaurant, baseball example, actually doing it, handling any objections. One of the people in there said something about, he came back for his interview. We do give a kit of information when they leave as a guest to come back with all your questions. One of his questions was, and I actually was pretty honest with him. He came back and said, well, what makes this not a pyramid thing? And I was like, well, what do you mean by a pyramid thing, right? That's how do you handle an objection or a question is usually you feed it back to them. So well, what do you mean by a pyramid thing? Well, I don't know. It's just, they don't even know what they mean, but they just know they've heard that. And I said, well, let me ask you a question. I said, the companies we represent, you saw how we were non-captain, right? With Nationwide and Prudential, and I mean all these companies. We have a whole list of companies. Do you think they would deal with something that was any type of a scheme? Forget about being a pyramid.
Right.
And he's like, no. And I said, so are we a pyramid scheme? He goes, no. I said, great. So, but I also said to him that I appreciate him sharing that because it gives me an idea of his mentality. Because I already know people he knows are going to be like him. So I need to make sure when somebody asks you a question, especially if they're on the team, you need to handle that objection really, really well because that's the same objection they're going to get from the people that they know. So you got to handle it so well that when somebody else goes, hey, isn't this something like that, or I heard about that, or how does this work, they got to be able to handle that. So I think it's important. So every area, from brand new associate, coming down, how to make sure you pre-frame them when they leave before they come back for the interview about the scenario disaster, making sure they leave with information, that type of stuff, because the first person that they're going to try to get a referral from is going to be their significant other, their spouse, or whoever they know, friends, family, or whatever, and you already threw them to the wolves and wonder why they didn't show up for their interview. Or you already put them out there and you didn't give them any type of ammunition of how to handle it. So from that area, then you got somebody that, then of course, we got to get this from their head to their heart. So getting them in the crusade or orientation class, sitting down with them. The Sprint Award is so powerful and so important. Because what are the requirements of the Sprint Award? Right, they're AMA. What else? Top 25. We've got to develop the top 25 list. They got to have 3 guests or brought up 3 appointments. So you see 3. F&A. Okay, that's what I was trying to get to. F&A licensing, also setting a test date. And I see Dr. Jeanette's name already on here for both. She's already signed up. She's up for that. She's like, how do I sign up for a Fast Start School? We need to get the flyer done. We got to figure out the Fast Start School. Get that done. We'll get it done. But you're setting people up to win, right? Not to fail, right? You sit down, you do that. But it's one thing for them to go through it, and it's another thing for them to see it. So that's why it's important that there's actually appointments and stuff that are set up right afterwards, or they have guests coming down and that type of stuff. You're doing all these things, and yes, it's all building your business because they're probably direct to you, right, if you're working with them, but it's building their business within our business. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Right? So that's that area. Okay, now you're out in the field, and again, the ASAP training was great. A KTP one. We have somebody on my team that had been working with somebody else and saw me the first time in the field. It's like the whole time you're talking about who else do they know and benefits and that type of stuff. And you got to get natural at it. It can't be like you're trying to get to their market. It can't feel that way. and it's just really just, who else that's in debt? When I do a KTP 1 appointment, we have the referral sheet. You guys all use the referral sheet.
Yeah.
That's something that should be passed across the kitchen table as quickly as possible. Maybe even when you're doing the TRC, you can do it. Like if I'm talking about different things and things come up and people come to mind, if you know people that can benefit from our services, I'd like you to jot them down. Okay, now let me tell you about that list. I don't get it today. I don't want it today. I only want it after you've seen everything that we do and you feel comfortable, right? If you don't feel comfortable, I don't want it. It's okay, because let me tell you what's going to happen. The people that are on that list, as I go through debt, as I go through retirement, as I go through insurance things, the people that are right on this list that they can benefit from the information, you have to contact them first. I don't make cold calls. So you got to call them first. In fact, I'd like to talk to you about who those people are, so I can tell you a little bit of what to say. Because if you say, man, I know you got debt, and you need help, and they're going to help you, they're not interested. Right? Hey, you're screwed up. I want you to talk to this guy. They're not interested. Right? Hey, I sat down with somebody and he helped me in these kind of areas, and I'm so excited about what they did and how they did it. And I was just thinking about you and that kind of stuff. Do you know anybody that can benefit from this? Well, I can. That's the best way to get a referral, is not to actually point at somebody, but hey, who do you know? And they go, well, I need some help in those areas. Right? So you're building a business, and that's in the area of doing appointments or doing financial needs analysis. Am I going too fast? I go fast. I'm probably the fastest talker. I can occasionally slow down. It's painful.
Well, I like the way like the sheet first of all, and I don't know if you happen to count. I've been meaning to how many times Mark actually mentions referrals in the 45-minute video.
Yeah, it's funny. I had the same thought when I was watching it. I was talking to Christopher yesterday. And I said, man, I so much wanted to go back through and actually give you the number, like 23.
Well, I'm gonna watch it the second I'll count them and I'll text you.
Okay, that's great. You've got time. I don't have time to do that.
Well, and it diffuses it. And the list, the way you pre-frame it, you say, look, I don't want this list today. Like I'm giving you this list. I want it after you've seen everything, once you're comfortable, and I also like the way that you preframe them, like, we're going to talk about
But you can go back and you can catch the list. If you're ever doing somebody that's doing a top 100 and you're going through the memory jogger, you always want to take a moment to pause and kind of see if they're actually writing names and what they're doing. If I've gone through and I'm now starting to go through the flip chart and they still haven't written a name, I will call that out a little bit. It's like, nothing I've talked about. Again, I just want to put this back in your mind to remember, if you know people. Right? I think right now it's all about you and you're thinking about you and that kind of stuff, but literally we can help people if you know people, and then you can kind of catch that a little bit. I'll go a step further and just jump ahead. If I'm back on a second appointment, and now it's time for me to earn those referrals, right? And guess what happens more than not? Oh, they lost that sheet. Oh, what did I do with that sheet? No problem, I have another one. Right? I always bring another sheet on the second appointment, so I'm always, if they forgot it, hey, I got it right here. And now they feel like, they're kind of like, well, I don't have it anymore. They'll actually now start writing stuff. And I've heard people, and it's been trained on and taught from the big stage and that type of stuff, well, if they don't give you referrals, I don't want the business. I don't agree, but here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say. What I will catch them. Like, I've done a good thing for you, right? Is this something you agree that you need? Would you agree other people could benefit from this service, right? Let me ask you a question, if we can just be very, very direct and honest. What's the reason why you're not comfortable referring? Because there's something wrong. There's something wrong. Right? By the way, I am not comfortable giving referrals. I know, so I tell them that. Look, I totally understand, because when I give a referral, now it's almost like I'm endorsing it, and man, it's all on me, good or bad, it's on me, and that type of stuff. So is there an issue regarding that you're afraid of what they're going to think, or they're embarrassed, or that I'm going to do something different than what you've seen? I'm going to be a totally different person. Is there something wrong? Well, it's just I just don't really give referrals, and I said, look. I don't charge anything for our services, but here's how I built my whole business. And I built a pretty successful business, right? Doing a great job, following up, following through, but asking for referrals, right? So I'm going to ask again, if you know anybody that can benefit, here's what I'm going to keep doing for you, Hope. I'm going to keep working, and I'm going to keep pushing, and I'm going to keep asking, and I'm going to do an awesome job where not only do you feel comfortable giving referrals, you have so many people that you know, you want to join your business and make some more money, because that's going to help you take care of your other stuff. Right, I'm going to keep working with you to keep earning referrals. Is that an agreement? They're like, okay, yeah, that's fine. That kind of stuff. Believe me, referrals will start happening. But again, what does it say at the end of my last video? Or I think if you don't ask, that's no reason why people don't get referrals if they don't ask. Right? So the not asking is not an option. Right? Your whole business is predicated and built on doing a great job, following up, following through, servicing, and asking for, because that's how you're paid. Who's ever got the question? Well, this is too good to be true. You do all this work, you don't get paid.
Yeah.
Everybody should be getting that question. Like, well, I don't understand. How do you not charge? And I said I could charge, but I'd rather just do a good job. And how I want you to pay me is who do you know that can benefit from the services. And then I'm going to tell the referral to do me a favor and give you a call and let you know how it went. I won't be in the room, but I always ask, and I always do ask the referral to contact the person that referred them to tell them how it went, right? And those are typically good conversations. Thank you so much. You know, everything, whatever it is, he was able to come here, he was able to help, that kind of stuff. I really appreciate it. And then I call the other person and say, thank you for the referral. Did so-and-so give you a call? Right? So I follow up on both sides. And they say, yes, actually they did. And they were so da-da-da-da-da-da. You know, I'd like to talk to you about working with me in business because I think that we can work something out through referrals or working with me and that type of stuff because I did your financial situation and more money is not going to hurt you. Wouldn't you agree, right? So can you come down Tuesday night or Saturday morning, which is better for you? So it's always building toward building your business. Always building. That's just on the first step, getting referrals in every area of the business process. What else? 2 minutes? She catches everything that I miss, so we think totally differently. It's irritating for some.
Diversity of thought. Like
it is. It is. All right, let me move on to number 2. What's number 2? The best referral is toward the business opportunity. I was prospected on the Metrolink train. I was tricked into an appointment. I didn't know it was related to financial services. Had I known, I would have said no. I would have got out of it. It wouldn't have happened. But I'm there, and it happened. We put some stuff in place. We took care of some stuff. We got a plan together. None of that would have made very much difference in our life compared to us working in this business and being in this business. So you're always referring toward not the client side. You're really referring toward getting them in business with you and building your agency. Hopefully you guys all want to have a big agency, a network of people that are outlets that are able to go out and service and help a family. And my goal is to become a dispatcher, where I have a team of qualified people that have all been gone through the checklist, completely checked off team in every area, that I can literally start saying, hey, I got an appointment for you, hey, I got an appointment for you, hey, I got an appointment for you. I got appointments for all of you. You guys are just not checked off yet. Sorry. But it's the opportunity, and everybody knows now, it's the opportunity that we are looking for referrals for. I'm looking for people. Here's one of the things that my clients see and they know, especially if they come to my office. I actually have a business and I'm busy. Who else do you know? And I always ask, if you know anybody that can help me, I'm looking for more people to work with that I can, and they usually know somebody, or it might be somebody's son, or whatever that is. Now that's somebody here. Careful what I say, how I say this. Well, I'll be and a former branch office manager who used to work directly with Dan. So you've been around a while. In fact, I don't think I'm in the room except for maybe 2 of you that might be able to guess who the person is. She managed a lot of people, a lot of agencies. When she left here because she got much more involved with missionary work and different like that. I am the only person she sends referrals to. So that's probably says something kind of complimentary.
It does.
She referred to me, and I did some business, and I closed some business. Because when somebody refers to you, it's usually a slam dunk. It's usually, hey, they need help setting up this or doing this or whatever it is, and I'm like, got it, and that type of stuff. I have some things that I do. Okay, this is not anything that's endorsed or said by WFG or your SMDs. I talked to Christopher. He says you can talk about anything you want. I'm comfortable with it. It's what I do. You don't have to do it. But if somebody gives me a referral that's outside of the company and I make money, I will contact that person that gave me the referral, and whatever money I make, I will give 10% to their charity, to a favorite charity of theirs. Okay, this is just something that I do. So that person's favorite charity is an organization that serves, I don't want to go into it, because I don't want you guys, but anyways, it's Eric's mom's is the president and the founder of that charity. So years ago, all of a sudden, they get a pretty substantial check, and I say 10%, it was like $604 out of the blue. They didn't know who I was.
Right.
Right? So it gives you an idea how much I made in that transaction. In fact, if you can make $6 grand and you get a coffee check for $600, it's okay. I just have to give it to a charity because I need a receipt.
Right.
We're not allowed, especially with a security license, we're not allowed to get more than $100 per year. You know that. We can't give kickbacks or nothing like that. But you can't tell me who I can't donate to. Or who I can give to charity.
I love this idea. I love that.
There'll be a few more coming. So what's your favorite charity? She told me the name of the charity. I said, great, get information, sent them that, and then this person called to thank me and that kind of stuff. Well, who are you? Where did I get this check from? I said, well, this person works in your agency or works with there, and she says you're her favorite charity, and she sent me a referral, and I work in these areas, that kind of stuff. I said, well, I need some help. Okay, so we sat down with her. So, and business got done there. And so more money went to the charity. Eventually, things kind of opened up where I started talking to her. I said, look, at some point, you know, I appreciate and I'm happy to give referrals, but I'd like to build you a business. I'd like to work with you. You work in an organization, and again, I don't, you see how I do and what I do. I just want to help. I said, and again, so something else that I do, this is where it gets a little gray. Gray line.
Okay.
I give back 10% toward a charity, or I'll give 10% toward working in business with me. So I covered her associate membership agreement. Okay. Here's the problem when you pay for somebody else's associate membership agreement. They're not going to do anything.
Right.
Let me just tell you that right now. I have done it for many who've done referrals to me and that kind of stuff, and I talk about it. Okay. And it may not harvest right away, but if they don't put skin in the game, it's not likely going to come back and do much for you. But I've been working with her as a client, and her sons are getting older. One who's the successful one, who's in Atlanta and that type of stuff, and he's very busy, and he's just doing fine, that kind of stuff. Well, he finally came out. He's heard about me because I've been working with her. He came out for whatever from Atlanta. We talked for a little bit, and he's like, and I just started asking him about his job. Oh, I heard you go out and you open up restaurants, and you do this, and he goes, yeah, that kind of stuff. So I started talking a little bit more to him. And guess what? He's dissatisfied. He's not happy doing what he's doing. And he doesn't want to do it his whole life, and he's looking for something else. So I started talking about, well, this is what we do. This is how we do it. He's like, I want to get started, but I'm going back to Atlanta like tomorrow. I'm like, okay, well, let's get your associate membership agreement done. Let me get you a licensing. We'll go slow, the slow path, but let's get it prepared that you take your test in California, you come back out. He's got no friends in Atlanta. He's relocated. He's upset. I'm changing my words. Upset because they paid his relocation costs to get there, and now he wants to come back home, and they won't pay it. They won't pay his relocation costs. And as I talked to him more about life and business and being an employee, he got more and more frustrated, which is a lot of fun. So anyway, but then from him, now he started. All of a sudden, Eric, who I've met with 2 or 3 times prior, he's what I call an asshole. Don't tell him this. You know, asshole. He asks a lot of questions, and it goes into this deep hole that nothing happens. It just disappears. Right? He's been asking about mutual funds and investments and this stuff, and he wants to know everything, but he hasn't done anything. Well, he calls me out of the blue, which really hasn't been out of the blue because his brother just joined me in business. He's like, I want to work with you too. Like, okay, we'll come down Tuesday night, that type of stuff. So all that came from referrals. He's a speaks to them. He helps people speak.
Yes, he has school.
I probably need his help. But again, all that thing happened from the referral process, right? Somebody and giving back and that kind of stuff. Let me ask you guys a question. I'm going to open this one up to the room. Why don't you get referrals?
Don't ask.
Don't ask?
I'm embarrassed.
Who's embarrassed? They're embarrassed? Okay. They're embarrassed. Anybody else? I mean, really, why don't you think you get referrals? Who in the room gets referrals? Like, gets a lot of
And
referrals?
then I don't call because there's a weird thing in my head where like I don't feel like I've earned them, or it's twisted. It's twisted.
Okay. You get referrals? And all the time. And you call?
Yes.
And they're pretty easy, aren't they? They're very easy.
And there's a script.
There's a script? Yeah, I have a script. I don't know what, I'm not sure what the script is. Your script, my script is very good. Hi David, my name is Dean. Hope asked me to give you a call. Right? Because I always make sure that they do that kind of stuff. How can I help you? That's my script. And whatever to say, blah, 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 great, we can get together. Because it's all about booking an appointment. That's my whole script.
Yeah.
I don't want to go into much, it's like it's the other thing too is, if somebody says, oh yeah, I'll give referrals, I say, look, there's a couple of rules to my referral program. Number 1 rule is never give out my number. Never, I got some faces. Never give out do not give them my number. Don't ever do it. Don't. And of course, the why comes in. Maybe some of you were asking why. Number 1 reason is they're never going to call you.
Right.
They're never going to call you. I can, maybe, and I'm not even sure of it, maybe one time somebody called. I said, so one is they're never going to call. People procrastinate. They don't know who I am. They're like, yeah, I'll deal with it later, and then it's later, and it's never. So don't give my number out. Number 2 is I don't answer numbers I don't recognize. So if any of you, and I know we came here to Chino and we have some new people that are calling me or whatever, and I don't have my phone, leave a message or text me your name and your agent code. I'll save you my phone. Now I'll answer the call. I don't make cold calls and I don't answer cold calls. So if they leave a message, might call them back, but hopefully they leave who the message came from. Laura, you're in the room. I think you are the lady who helped me deal with this. Back in Chino, a long time ago. I was doing a training. I was doing no, it's still Chino, it's just Chino down the street. I was doing a training and I had a challenge that I got referrals. Back then I was pretty good referrals, but I only got referrals from people that were more screwed up than them.
Okay.
Only.
Yeah.
Right? So, and I remember, I think, Lori, I think you just came up to me, unsolicited, and saying, I think we started talking about it, and she goes, because you're so good, and you talk so much, and you're so passionate about debt, you only get people that have debt. Because that's all they can see the light, because that was my, I'm pretty good at it still, specialty, but that was like literally, that was my door opener, that was my thing, and she goes, well, you're only going to get people who have debt, which typically people in debt are not, they need help, but they're not always the best clients as far as doing some stuff. So she says, if you want to get referred up, you need to change your talk, and you better up your passion in other areas of your business. I don't know if you remember that. It might have been just a quick little, but yeah, I'm very confident it was you that actually helped me with that, and I don't usually have you in the room to say that, but thank you, because I think I made the shift immediately, and it stopped. It stopped. Now, do I still help people with that? Absolutely. So with that being said, we work in 6 areas of finance, right? I understand that you guys are all life licensed agents and probably are proficient in selling life insurance. I don't know how good you are, but I'll say you guys kind of know how to do it, right? Can you get better? Everybody can get better. You don't know everything. Products change every day. You've got to stay current. Please stay current and relevant. But if somebody's got debt issues and cash flow issues, what's your attitude? I've had S&Ds tell me that they don't want me training their team on debts and cash flows because we just sell life insurance and roll over money. And that kind of stuff, and those types of people, they're not going to do anything, and it's just a waste of time and energy, and people get burnt out. And I said, okay, no problem. And I can't say I've talked to her team, but I don't try. I'm actually really careful, but in our presentation, and I think in all the presentations, it says cash flow, debt, emergency fund, proper protection, asset accumulation, estate preservation. How good are you if you were to look at all 6 areas on a scale of 1 to 10? How would you rank yourself in the area of helping somebody in the area of cash flow? How would you rank yourself in the area of helping somebody in debt? Helping them build an emergency fund. Right? Proper protection, life, health, disability, long-term care, all 4. Your license. We no longer encourage, she said life test, but it's life, choose your life and health. We don't really encourage anybody to do life only anymore because it limits you on the long-term and disability side. Anybody have a clue about estate stuff? Yes, we have net law, but they may not be all for net law. It's okay. I actually had my attorney look at one of the net law thing, and she looked at it and said, it's fine, but the information is contingent on the agent who's presenting it, and how good are your agents? And I'm like, I don't know. She said I can absolutely do it because I've probably done 100 trust appointments without a doubt in my mind. I was on one yesterday, so without a doubt in my mind. Estate planning, estate stuff, and then asset accumulation does help to have a security licensing if you're going to talk to people about retirement assets. Okay, I don't have time to go into all 6 areas, but I can train in all 6 areas for a full general training. There's that much in every single one of those areas. Right? So why is that important? Well, sometimes they get referred to people that have debt or cash flow issues. That's never been able to have any money saved. Every time they have money saved, something happens and takes away that money. So they need help with the disease, not the symptom, the disease. If they don't know how to pay themselves first, they don't make themselves a priority, and they don't know how to say no. So, I have somebody that I worked with this week that literally said yes to everything. He's got all these different insurances, all this different stuff. Somebody comes onto the school and does a presentation, he always bought. Always bought. We're working on it. You can't say yes unless I tell him it's okay to say yes. So we're reviewing all the stuff, so you understand the four areas we do, right? The first thing we do is help people put together a written plan. You guys know pre-frames?
Yes.
Right? We think people are better off with a written plan.
Yes.
Right? We want to review what you already have in place related to insurance, investments, and retirement. Make sure that you understand what you're doing and how it works and how to get it working for you. And from that, we're going to look at the industry and see if we can, what? Decrease your fees. Right? Maybe raise rate of returns, lower volatility, potentially even save you in taxes. Would any of that be of interest to you? Right? It's always questions. Yes, great, fantastic. And then the fourth and most powerful thing that I'm going to do for you is I'm going to help you establish short-term, mid-term, long-term goals, and I'm going to help you reach every single one of them. So we're going to have a long-term relationship. Is that going to be okay? Yes. Fantastic. By the way, I don't charge a dime to do any of that work that I just talked about, but if you know people that can benefit from my services, I am not a secret agent. Right? My whole business is built through warm market referrals. I help somebody, they told somebody about what I did for them, and that person goes, I need help there too. And then it just keeps going, and you can't stop it. I can start a business here with one good client that's willing to get help and willing to talk about it. The problem is a lot of people don't want to talk about it. Referrals are easy. Easy when you do it, when you do a complete job and right.
She was saying the client's embarrassed to say.
No, that's okay.
But you can,
But if I know that and they verbalize that to me, you know, there's a lot of people who are embarrassed. In fact, most people wouldn't even have sat down with me. So congratulations or thank you for sitting down. I know we can solve this. This is the things that we're going to do for you. And I'd like to get you to a point where you're so far on the other side, you can start laughing about it, and you can start sharing that story. And then you're going to find out that there's a person next door, and next door to them, that's going through even a worse situation than you're dealing with. Would that be okay? She's like, we tired of me.
No. She's taking it off her head.
But here's the thing. And this has happened so many times. People have told me things that they said they've never told another person on this earth.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I usually come back with, why are you telling me? And they're like, I've never told anybody, I just feel like I can't. And so you've got to be safe. They got to be like, they can tell you. So who business they like and they trust, right? They got to trust you, right? But I think what they don't talk about enough that I'm big on is they have to believe you can help them. If they don't believe you can help them, they're probably not going to get it done. But here's the flip side of that coin. And I've done this too, and I was always on me, making sure I don't get myself into this, because I want to help people, I want to do a difference, right? They got to respect your time, and you got to trust them too, right? So there's no secrets. I always tell people, I'm like an attorney, I got to know everything, and I will know everything, right? But it's safe, and it's the only way I can help you, if I know actually what you're dealing with. So if you already have an insurance agent, or a tax person, or an accountant, or an investment advisor, somebody you're working with, I want to help you work with them better. You don't have to change. You don't have to change, but I want to make sure that everything that you're doing, you understand it, and you can have a better conversation with that person. But I have to ask you this question. If I can help you, and they can't, they're limited in some way, what's most important, your relationship with your other agent, or taking care of your family or your situation? Sometimes that other agent's a family member or something else like that type of stuff. But we can talk to other agents. It's not confrontational. I always come in from just trying to learn and trying to understand. I don't pretend to know anything. I come in. I have my accounting background, so I use the accounting word a little bit more. They can look me up. It's a free country. There's other ways to gain referrals through. I think Ricky. Who was a big advocate of the emergency response system.
Yes.
That's something that was big for a little bit, and it kind of fizzled out. I'm aware of the program, and to be honest, I haven't needed it, but for people that are brand new and starting out, and it's valuable, not just for us to get referrals and expand out, but it's valuable because it is true. There's billions of dollars that have not been paid out in an insurance claim because the beneficiaries didn't know there was an insurance policy. So I just want to give them a heads up and let them know that if something ever happens to you, that to give me a call. And of course, from that usually leads, again, to referrals, and well, I actually have some questions, or let me explain the services that I provided for Hope, and this is what I did for her. I helped her get a written plan. I helped her understand what she already had in place. I go through the same, and so if you know anybody, that's how I go. Well, again, I never asked the person to do it, but so if you know anybody, then just let them know that I'm out here and I exist, and you can come to my office and things like that, and they're like, well, no, I need some help. And it happens like all the time. Takeaways are huge. Being authentic. I think that's one of the reasons why I think I get people to talk to me more than they normally would, is because I'm pretty authentic. I'm very hard on the outside, but very mushy on the inside. For those of you that know me. I can do great training, like, oh, Dean did a training and didn't cry? Wow. Because I'm not talking about me. If I go into my situation and what I'm dealing with or where we came from, boom. Because it's real. It's real. Right? If I'm talking about general stuff, and we were thanking the Lord for this company and what they've done for us. But being authentic is just really... I've been involved with trainings where they've actually trained on lying. In our company. In big, like, inner circle type trainings. Like, oh, you're a pastor? Oh, I'm a pastor too. Oh, you're a fisher? I love to fish. And they're like trying to be all these things to instantly...
They're no longer with the company.
They're actually, and it's funny that the people that I'm thinking of, they're also no longer with the company. Not a surprise. But they don't be something you're not. Right? Be interested in them. Pat, what got you to become a pastor? That kind of stuff. Actually, I am studying to become a pastor, but that's a whole different story. Right? But so you're a fisherman. I have no desire, and I don't think any of you can convince me. I don't care how much fun you think I'm going to have. I'm never going to go fishing. I don't like fishing. It's just not what I want to do. It's just not me. Oh my gosh, you just never really... No, that's just not my thing. Sitting there for that long doing nothing, can't imagine. Drive me nuts. Oh, well, we have drinks, that kind of stuff too. Yeah, I can drink somewhere a lot nicer. I don't mind going on a boat, but I don't need to, like... And I'm not going to eat it. I want to grow my own vegetables and eat my own vegetables. And I'm like, no, they have those at the store. I'm fine. That's me authentic.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty. It's
He ain't
pretty.
cutting up on a fish.
Huh? I'll eat fish and chips because it's Friday. Oh my gosh.
We got it right here at Roscoe's.
All right.
Be interested in
But
that.
authentic. That's a future note, but it's coming up. But authentic. Don't be something you're not. Don't try. Don't. It's just too hard to remember. Like, you know, we hate. I actually hate I Love Lucy. I used to like it,
Too much.
but now it's like every time I watch it, all I see is lies and deception. And why don't you just tell the truth and this wouldn't even happen? I'm like, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
The whole storyline, every move, everything's about not, this and that, and don't tell them and that kind of stuff. Oh, that's great for relationships, and they didn't stay married either, so there you go. Being authentic.
Sorry.
It's funny, before I came up this morning, Bill was like, smile and be nice, be happy. My authentic spot is not warm and fuzzy, nice, and I'm pretty like, straightforward, so... Carol laughing. Man, why do I stay away before I'm doing general training? Because I'm focused on what I'm doing, and I'm not going to be nice. I already know. Because you're going to hit me or something, I'm going to like... It's authentic.
That body language stuff.
Oh my God. I do not have a good poker face. Like, if I'm in a bad mood. All right, gain experience. I remember Rich Stolly on one of his calls talking about when he was trying to recruit or bring people into business and some of the conversations you have. And he gave an example. He said, look out in that parking lot, and what do you see? Cars. And I said, well, what cars do you notice? And it's always the new shiny ones, and the ones that are all just, all done up and clean and that kind of stuff. And he goes, I don't want any new cars in my lot. I want to have the old car that's gone through some stuff. I'm okay if you've been through a bankruptcy. I'm okay if you've been through... you've been through situations, whether it's divorce or whatever they are, right? In fact, I want to know those stories, that kind of stuff, because those are the stories, those are the testimonies that you were given that's going to allow you to help other people that are going through the same thing that they're just starting out. And so, as you're going through certain situations, deal with it, go through it, feel it, because you're going to come across people that need help doing it, and sometimes you got to hold their hand. So when I say gain experience, I've probably been on, I can't say hundreds, or 100, I'd probably say 50 Social Security appointments. The clients have to go to Social Security, do their Social Security appointment, I'll talk with you. Just set an appointment, let me know what time it is, I'm not waiting on the line with you. Right? Let me know what time it is, but when they're emotionally involved, and they're in the picture, and these people are asking them questions, I'm outside looking in, and I already know their situation, I want to make sure they understand, especially if they're still working. And they want to take Social Security early. It's $1 million decision. Is this the right thing to do? Hundreds of trust appointments. Velvet's background was working in family law. You'd be surprised what families fight over. You've got people that are going through bankruptcies. I've been in multiple bankruptcy courts. stuff I do, I get in it. I didn't come in knowing this stuff. I came in like, well, let me see if you mind if I just go with you and that stuff? And not that I want to like just tag along, but like, I just want to be a fly on the wall, be on the outside if you have questions or something comes up where I might be able to help and that type of stuff. And afterwards we'll go to lunch. And I would just appreciate really seeing how the process works. So now I've gone through it, I can help people get through it in the future and stuff they needed to deal with it.
Well, you've seen it.
I've seen it.
You-
I've seen it. I stopped drinking and driving. I'm not saying I was a drunk, well, a couple times when I was younger. How did I get home? I don't know. But I stopped drinking and driving because I had 5 clients in about a 3-year period of time I helped get through the DUI process. I'm like, I ain't ever dealing with this. That was my like just one. I mean, it's like 10 grand to deal with it. I had 5 clients that all and like literally helping them get through the court system. How much you gotta pay, and how much? Okay, and this and that. I was like, oh, I ain't doing this anymore. That's experience.
Yeah, one drink.
I might have I've had something, but like I used to drink. I used to drink. And I don't really. I might. If I'm dealing with people, I'll have a drink. I'm still an introvert, guys. I'm still an introvert. For those of you guys that don't know me, you ask me to come to a party. That's fantastic. I'll get some food and stuff, but I'll be sitting in the corner or bringing a project to work on while I'm at your party. I don't want to talk to people.
Which is hilarious that you do what you do.
Awesome. One-on-one? Yeah, it's awesome. I speak almost every Sunday at church now up there, and I'm talking to groups and stuff. Then I'm off. Back upstairs to my office. So what is the value of credibility? There's another note that I wrote.
Priceless, actually.
Aren't we all excited when we have a new recruit or new team member and they have credibility in their market? Isn't that the most like exciting stuff? Oh my gosh, everybody's going to say yes?
Yes.
So what are you doing to strengthen your credibility?
Keeping
the business. So what?
Keeping the words I say. Do what I say I'm going to do.
I'm crazy. If I tell somebody I'm going to call you I'll call you tonight at 5, I will set an alarm and I will make sure I do not ring your phone at 4:59 or 5:01, but at 5 o'clock. Because when that phone comes up and you see my name that's calling you, I want you to see the time too. Subconscious to the client. Subconscious. But I said I'm calling you at 5, I will call you at 5. That's part of also being focused, meaning that if somebody came into my office at 4:58, I'm not nice. I got to call and what, kind of a thing. Because I gotta do the stuff. The whole team knows me when I'm, If you had a blessing to come to my house when I was working at home and I'm doing stuff, I'm not nice. You would not like me. You would not like me. But I get things done. So what's your credibility? Credibility to me is keeping your word. So number one I want you to do is think about the words you keep, the words and promises you make to yourself. What's this have to do with referrals? It's everything. Everything. Alright, if you say you're going to do something, you have to do it. So don't say it if you're not going to do it. They have the promotion things right now, and if you declared a run and said you're going to do it, well then you got to do it. It's got to get done. She said, I'm going to have 3 guests, that kind of stuff. She calls me, I don't know, everybody told me no. But she got to do it. Who else is there? Alright? She's scoring points with me. People lose points with me, I start treating them differently. So what's the value of your credibility? Do you do what you say you're going to do? Do you follow up? Do you follow through?
What's that? People need to know they can depend on you. So credibility is built over time and destroyed, right?
Yeah. Who was it? We got somebody now. One of your they said something about credibility, and I don't trust people very much. And I said, totally understand. I said, I don't trust anybody either. Skeptical. I get along with skeptical people. I wasn't born skeptical. I've gone through some stuff that's made me skeptical, where I don't trust people.
Right.
People let me down. I'll tell you, look, trust is built over time, and it's lost instantly, and I understand. It might take us years before you really trust me, but I'll tell you, I can get you some phone numbers from people that I've been working with, and you talk to them. I said, there's not very many people, and I know this, and it's unfortunate. There's not many people that keep their words. And this world is getting harder and harder to find. You know that too. If I had somebody, oh yeah, I'll be there. You have to adapt and or adjust to your environments. Referrals. So we're still on a referral subject, right? Referrals is about making people comfortable. If you're so rigid or so far disconnected from somebody, you don't expect to get anything from them. You're going to have to connect, right? A lot of people communicate, few people connect. John Maxwell book, good book to get. How are you connecting with people? So you haven't made any connection. Can you give me referrals? No. Why would I do that? You know, that kind of stuff. They don't say no to you. I wish they would. It'd be a lot easier. A quick no is better than a slow maybe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just, I mean, because I can handle a no. No. Okay. Can I ask why? Oh, because I don't give referrals. Why? Well, because the one time I did it and somebody did it, you gotta get to the root. Most objections, the first one they give you isn't the real objection. You gotta get down. You gotta dig down a little deeper to find out what it is. But I'm curious. Why? You know, I know you. Here's the thing. I don't care who you. I know you know people. Right? And you may not be that interested in their situations or whatever, but we can talk about a particular activator and certain things that now, because we're working on this stuff, you might overhear conversations. If you overhear a conversation with somebody, would you speak up or not? Well, I just don't want to get in I don't want to get involved in other people's business.
That's a very common one.
Yeah.
Well,
Especially older people.
what if I paid you thousands of dollars to do it? You need to make some more money, right? Let me ask you a question. If there was a fire in at someone's house, at the garage or whatever, you drive by and you wouldn't knock on the door? I don't want to get involved in their business.
That's a good one.
Are you going to knock on their door and let them know, hey, there's a fire? Oh yeah, it's just our big barbecue, Uncle Bob. Okay, great. But I just want to make sure, right, before the fire, you know, I mean, to what level do you go, I'm not going to get involved in somebody's business? Some little old lady's getting beat up in an alley, you're going to go just walk by and go, walk faster? Or are you going to like, hey, well, I'll get involved with somebody's business?
Maybe she asked for it.
People are on their knees every night. People are on their knees every night praying for and looking for help, and you know, you might be the person that's supposed to help them. Right? People meet people for a reason, and whatever it is. I almost can promise you now that you're going to see somebody within the next 24 hours that you're going to think that's the person you're supposed to help, and it's by referring me. But it's okay. Right? Because if it's not you, God will get somebody else to do it, because He's not going to let that person suffer, because you won't get involved in someone else's business.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know. You get that. You can get, again, that's called burning the bridge. It's okay.
Well,
You know what? It's because you care, though.
but it's because you care. They gotta know you're saying it because you care. You gotta say it because you care.
So I hit something that you would never do, because, oh, that's not me, I could never do that. But if you care enough, you'd be surprised what you'll do. I care that much. Here's the thing. I don't get this business no longer, I don't think it's no longer really upsets me. Like if somebody doesn't show up, or they, whatever, it's kind of like, whatever. It's on them, because it's like, you just got a chance, and David knows that, you just had a chance to, it's like, it's okay. They're not ready, or whatever it is, and then like literally give it back to the person and let them know what they just did, because they lost credibility with me. And that kind of stuff. They're not going to meet me one-on-one, now they're going to come to a corporate overview with the group, and then we'll see, once everybody meets them, you guys tell me what you thought about it. That type of stuff.
Well, I think that's the key though, is you really they know that you're not that invested. When you start out and people give you their excuses and I don't want to get involved, it's because they know you're not that invested. If they know that you're invested in what you're doing and you know you can make a difference, if they feel that, that's a huge difference. The conversation and your tonality will immediately change. You talk to a salesman and you talk to somebody who is giving you a testimony. That's two different people. It's two different things, you know. If you're going to use Jesus or whatever, you're selling Jesus, or has Jesus changed your life? Ooh. So you gotta, think about why are you saying this? Am I saying this because I need a guest, or am I saying this because I want to change your life?
Look, I am on this earth for a short period of time. It's called a vapor in the Bible. I am working for Him. He puts people in front of me every day. That's my prayer. My job is to do the best job that I'm capable of doing to help this person. And if it's slammed them against the wall because they're giving me a stupid objection, then that's what I'm going to do. Right? And David knows I'll slam people because that's what they need. And then usually they come back and go, I'm sorry, and that kind of stuff. And it's like, look, I'm very serious and I'm passionate about helping people and making a difference. I can't just walk by. I'm going to get involved. So it's fine. I mean, everybody to themselves. So let me see if I can help you change your thought. And again, this is my number. It hasn't changed. You know, whatever you got to do. So adapting or adjusting to your environment. Again, making people feel comfortable, but not adjusting your beliefs or your ethics and things like that. But occasionally, if I'm in an environment where people are cussers, I'm not a cusser, but I will cuss just to build a little bit of rapport, and then I take it away. But if I gotta drop a, I don't do an F, but I might do an S word, something like that. But if somebody is that much, like if they're like people that just drop the F-bomb like left and right,
Yeah.
then I will try to make them uncomfortable because that's a whole other story. But why is it okay for them to do that around me? That's the thing you got to ask yourself. When someone's bringing you their junk, complaining or issues, what is it about you that made it okay for them to do that and say that to you, right? What are you putting out there that it's okay for them to talk like that? I mean, we had somebody. Well, we know it's people get possessed even if it's just for a moment, whatever. We had somebody that's family member in the lobby of our church drop the F-bomb. It's like, hello, do you get where you're at? Like, and you're our family, you need to step out. That's not going to be okay. But we know it's not them. We know it's not them. It's just somebody. It's their guards, the enemy's guards. Truly interested. I think you already said this. Interested in others. You got to truly be interested in others and their situations. So when I say you don't have to pretend to be something you're not, and that kind of stuff, everybody has a story. That's the one thing when I was with Dan for a long time and listening to him do one-on-ones and talk to people, it was always, tell me your story. And some people would go back to literally, well, I was born in, or whatever, and some people would go back just maybe since high school, they go back at different times. Well, whatever it is their story. Everybody has a story. And most people are comfortable talking about it if they think you're interested. So you listen, 2 ears, 1 mouth, compliment responses. Dan used to train this, no way. Really? Wow, that's awesome. And you listen, he says it all the time. When he says it to me, it's like, Dan, you're not even kidding. He wanted me to do. I was doing accountability with him on some of my weight stuff, and every Monday I'd send him my numbers, that kind of stuff. And one Monday I sent him a message. It's the last time I've done it. He hasn't asked. I sent him a message about that it was a bad week, and I went through all this stuff, and and I listened, and he came back with, "That's awesome, champ." I'm like. Because that's one thing. If you're being accountable to somebody, you need to kind of like read what they're sending you. I don't know. That's where you're truly interested in others. You got to be interested in others. For those of you that know me, I'm not a people person. I go as far as say I don't like people.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. I still really. Sure. I love serving and helping people.
You can't dislike them.
They tell me how I can't be a pastor and not like people. I don't know. I struggle.
You can love serving them enough to get over yourself.
Yeah. It's not about you.
Not about me. I'll go with that one. But I am interested. I am interested to see how I can help. I don't want to hang out with people. I'm not a hanger-outer. So I usually, kind of like people that are have an IT background, anybody comes in and says anybody have IT in the room, and says, Velvet, come on, IT. They're programmed, Ricky's back there, programmed to solve problems. Somebody says they're in IT, you say, there's no water, they'll go, oh, let me find it for you. I gotta solve that problem. I gotta get that. That's just how the IT people are. It's about solving problems. I have a little bit of that in me. Velvet's just having a conversation about something, and I always take it like it's something I gotta solve.
It's a man thing.
Is it a man thing?
No.
Yes. It's absolutely a man thing.
No.
Okay, all the men are being quiet, so you're probably right.
I'm not being quiet.
Okay.
It's generally a man one.
Really?
Generally.
Well, that's our makeup then. We're honest. But let me turn and ask you guys a question. Are you truly interested in others? Or are you only interested because of what it can get you? Or what it can do for you? I got news for you. If you're prospecting and you're nervous, it's because you're concerned about what's going to do for you. If you're prospecting and you're excited about offer them, do something for them, you're not excited. You're excited. You're not nervous. oh my gosh, you've got such a great background in this, you do so well at this stuff. If you were working with me, I mean, that's what the person told Dan. If you were working with me, you'd make, you know, whatever those numbers were, part-time in our business. And Dan's like, really? And that seed was planted, and 6 months later is when he called. It took 6 months to germinate and become something where he said, well, let me call that lady and see what's going on. So that lady made an impression. What's your impression? Are you making impressions? Is it good? Right? Interested in others. Are you giving referrals? To give, to get. I don't have to have somebody come into my business, quit their day job to come work with me. Who was it? Somebody. Working with somebody. John, your girl. I met with her. She should be doing her code number this weekend, but she's got to. We gotta send it into WFG because she's a loan officer and does mortgages. She works Orange County. She works with Stars. She works with a lot of people. John, I think you just prospected her. Now, how did you meet her?
She sent me text messages, emails.
So she's doing her marketing campaign and things like that. John calls up, I want you to meet my mentor, the people that we work with. Maybe you guys can do something together. I don't know if they'd be a fit, but let's see if we can schedule it. We met one time at some Mexican restaurant, or whatever it was, some quick place. And then just kind of staying in contact. She sent me a referral. I sent her a referral. She came down now on that list last week, and like now her daughters are both going to college, and she needs more money. And she's seen what she's done. She did something that was really big. I sent her a referral to a good friend of mine, and she refused to do the business because he didn't need to do what he was asking he wanted.
Right.
And that scored a huge amount of points with me. Huge points with me. Because she could have easily done the loan. He was asking for it. When you get somebody comes up and says, hey, I want this, you go, and I get paid to do it. Okay. She's like, well, it'd be better to do it this way. And I told her that was the reason why I really reached out to her until we've got to meet. And I told her, you're a life builder already. I want you to keep doing what you're doing, but you need to understand what we do, and we're going to do this for you, and we're going to build your business. She's like, okay. I got to talk to my husband. He's very smart. And I said, no, smart people have a tendency to be stupid. And she goes, I think you already have a life license and different stuff like that. And I said, okay. I mean, that's fine. I said, we need to meet. I said, maybe we'll do a double date or something like that and go out and just meet and talk and see if it's a good fit. I'm checking him out. He ain't checking me out. The last thing you want to do is invite somebody down to come down and check out the office. What does it mean when you tell somebody to check it out? They're looking for what's wrong. That's how people are programmed. Oh, you want me to come down and check it out? Oh, I'll come down and check it out. I don't like this. I don't like this. They were okay, but that's going to change. Thank you for letting me check it out. Right? That's not how you want to make a good impression when they come down. I'm so excited about what we do in the office. I want you to come down. I want you to meet Christopher. I want you to see what we do to help families. That type of stuff is how you want to invite. Don't ever invite to check out, because check out is subconscious for tell me what's wrong, because people are programmed negative. So give referrals. Find out what they do for a business. I love working with business owners. Tell me about your business. How long have you done it? You know, you get to build a little relationship. How much does it cost you to get your business going? And that type of stuff. Get involved. Get interested in their thing, because then they'll start asking the same type of questions. Well, we pay $100 associate membership agreement. We got to get our licensing. We do have to pay for it, but we own it. And what else? That's about it. Well, we have a fast start school or convention and certain things we go to, which is how we learn, and it's great environments and things like that. It's training. What else? Employees? No, we don't have employees. Overhead? No, not really. I have an office now, but I need a space to work. But it's my office. You ever thought about having your own office? And people love my office. It's pretty cool thing. So work with other business owners. But if they do, your guy did small check. I met John needed a small check. I said, let's go to this guy. So I went with John, and he was in the business for a second, but he never grabbed a hold of it. But we supported his business. It's okay. It's okay. I want referrals. I'm going to give referrals. This one here. Do not be opinionated when you're talking to people. I got a couple of good stories on this one. I don't know how much time I have to share. I'm going to wrap up. But your opinion is really none of their business. Your opinion means you're going to potentially alienate them. They may not have the same opinion. It's very hard to get my opinion out of me. So I'm more talking to them, asking them questions. No way, tell me more about that. Awesome. You hate Trump. Great. What has he done to you? Well, whatever. You like Trump. Great. To me, it's great either way. Great, great. It's all good. Two sides of the coin. You better learn how to walk the edge a little bit. Does that mean you don't have an opinion? Oh, you have an opinion, but most people don't care about your opinion. They only want to share theirs. They don't. I can't remember anybody come back and ask me my opinion. Well, what do you think? And that guy, they don't ever ask that. They just want to tell you about what they're doing. It's like, no, tell me more about that. How did you get that way? And that kind of stuff. You're interested in that kind of stuff. And you might be totally thinking, and this person is just like, in fact, if you're thinking they're totally whack or crazy, like, please don't, let's stop. You have a great day. And move on. You don't need their name and number. We don't have to recruit everybody. You're going to bring them into this, and they're going to bring that stuff into here. But if you basically say you like or don't like, whatever it is, you're liable to alienate half of people. Some do and some don't. So your opinion really doesn't matter. You're about serving them and helping them and working with them. That you're in Prime America, that's fantastic. How long have you been with Prime America? You know, and you know, how does? By the way, how do you? We have somebody right now that's an RVP at Prime America that reached out to David, and I still get this information. And he's like, yeah, I'm captive, and I have clients that are over the age of 70, and there's nothing we can do for them. Can you help them? Yeah, I can help them. So we can do that. So we got a Prime America. Somebody start referring to me. Fantastic. And that's fine. I didn't go, well, hey, let's meet because I need to recruit. No, okay, send me some referral. Let me help those clients, that kind of stuff. Let's build a relationship. Right? And then we'll talk. We'll see. I mean, I want to know my business. See, I don't know what kind of business he has. What kind of agent is he? There's some people in WFG I wouldn't want on my team.
Not in this office.
This room's clear. Christopher's obviously, but I wouldn't, by the way, if this office had one of those people, I wouldn't even be in this office. So, you guys all know that, 'cause I moved out of an office. All right, moved out of an office. Anyways, into another, experience.
Not everybody likes you.
It's true. My wife had to remind me of that. I remember I shared with her one day, this person, I said, I have no enemies. That kind of stuff. She goes, you may not be their enemy, but they're your enemy. And you better pay attention to that. Oh, okay. Because I was like, people are people. I'll pray for you. I hope things get better for you. Just, I can choose who I want to associate with and be around and whatever. Life is good. Experience is valuable. That's that. 2 minutes if you have a guess. 2 minutes. Experience is valuable. Back to that car story. I lost it, right? It's the cars that have been through some stuff, that have gone through some things. Tell me your background. Tell me your story. What have you gone through? As soon as I have people that come into our business, they have the same background, I want to match them up. Right? Our challenges, I help people do these challenges, so experience is valuable. And the last and most important note, as I wrap up, you have to follow up. You prospect somebody, get a name and number, you have to call them. The best way to do that is to set up an appointment when you get the name and number to call them. So Hope, it's great meeting you. What's the best time to get a call? Do we have to check you call after work, or what time do you get off work?
No, it's Sunday, right before I leave for church at 8.
8 in the morning on Sunday. All right, I'll call you then in the morning on Sunday. Whoops, set an alarm, that's when I'm going to call. So you get the name and number, go ahead and schedule the first appointment to make a phone call. Right? And then she doesn't answer. Hey, Hope, it's Dean. It's 8 o'clock in the morning Sunday. Hopefully everything's okay with you. You asked me to give you a call this time. Give me a call back probably after church. This is the number. And you start that. Then she didn't call back after church. Oh my gosh, I'm starting to get really worried. Are you okay? Right? You got to have these systems and things in place to follow up and follow through. Somebody gives you a referral. Man, you got to call them. That's just low. That's beyond low hanging fruit. That's like literally that's already in a bucket ready to eat. Because they don't usually give referrals to people who don't want to do something. There's usually something there. But I'm always going to talk to the person that gave the referral to me. What's the background? What's the story? And that kind of stuff. Hey, David, and when can we get together? The outcome of making a phone call is what? Set an appointment. Right? So follow up. Your day. I'm going to make a confession. And I'm making this shift, and I have to make this shift in my business. Been here now for a while, probably over 2008, right? Really, when I came in, it's over 10 years, that kind of stuff. I have never, ever in my career, ever held time out called green time. Anybody know what green time is? It's called phone calls. Phones. Well, even if I do phone zone, but like literally, this is my problem with follow-up. I have too many people to call. I got so many calls to do, and I don't have time because I'm working on this, I'm working on this, I'm working on this. And it's not that I don't have time. Everybody has time. It's what do you want to do with it? We all have the same amount of time. Right? So it's your choice of what you want to do with it. So I choose to spend time working on a case or doing something, whatever it is, versus making phone calls for a period of time that's going to give me more. And I think there's some subconscious things that I'm dealing with in regards to I'm busy enough. I really don't. I got to get stuff for my team. I got to build some stuff, but I can't not make the calls. Same idea. I can't say that I've made every single referral that's been given to me either. But you got to make time to do those. You got to follow up and follow through. And it's great to be busy. Busy is attractive. And you can schedule a day. Like we have next Friday on the calendar with a big line through it. You would try to already book something on it. I said, nope. I told my team I'm not working that day. I'm going to the fair, and that's the day I'm not working. And so that's why we did this business, is to have access and control of our time. All right? And so we can knock off a day. I mean, I know she hasn't missed any of her grandkids' recitals and things or whatever they are because we don't have a job that we have to go to. She hasn't worked. We came into business as clients 2005. She started 2006. I started 2008. Retired her 2010. Life is good. Retired. Well, we still do stuff and we still make money. We have some things going in, but we don't work a job.
Yeah.
And if we want a day off or need to go away or whatever, we don't have to worry about vacation time and things like that. So it's just awesome to have control of your time and control of your income. Your income is just dependent. The stuff that you do today is what's going to harvest in about 3 months. It doesn't come instantly. So that's what people want. They want that quick cash. This is not a get-rich-quick thing. I don't say scheme, right? Quick thing. You've got to build a business. Oh, I have a job right now, so I'm full-time. You're not full-time if you have nobody to call and you don't have people to go see. You just have more time than somebody who works part-time. But I have somebody who can come in part-time who will actually work than somebody who's full-time who is sitting here thinking it's time to have coffee and talk to people, and they say they're going out prospecting or whatever, but they only got 1, 2 names and numbers. It's like if your job was to prospect, and I told you got to get a top 25 today, one day, and if you do that, I'm going to give you $1,000. You would do it. You didn't have a job, I'll make $1,000 by getting 25 grand names and numbers. You do it, huh?
Well, my body language, I'm turned, I'm interested, I'm engaged, I'm probably very
She's closest. Turn around. No. Look, make some decisions. Tell yourself what you're going to do. Look at your business plan. Read your business plan. Stay accountable on accountability sheets. It's in the business format system. And then part of the accountability sheet is you set goals of what you're going to do this week. Try, as we go into Monday, try to set the goals for the week. And for 1 week, just do it. Just do it. Don't set goals you know you're not going to do. Don't set the goals you want to do. Set the goals you're going to do. And if it's 3 calls a day, 5 calls a day, whatever that is. If it's 2 prospects a day, whatever that is. And then do it. If it's exercise 3 times during the week, then do it. Family time, spiritual time, reading, pre-planning your day. Just actually go through that accountability sheet and actually set the goals. And for 1 week, just do it. Just do it. And keep doing it, and keep doing it. So that's my talk. I appreciate you guys, and see you guys at the top. Thank you.